Welcome everyone to Global Connect Aircraft Summit 2018. My name is Michael Faree and I'm here in sunny San Diego, and we're going to be talking and learning about best practices and trends all revolving around airline connectivity. Come with me as we talk with the movers and shakers in the industry. Welcome back. This is Michael Faree at the Global Connected Aircraft Summit 2018 here in San Diego. I'm here with Zaf Manan with Cactus Aero. We're here to learn about a little bit about his company, about him, and all the different offerings they have to provide people here at the show. So before we dive in, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do for the company and your background a little bit.
I'm an aeronautical engineer. A lot of experience in the design side, manufacturing side. I've worked at major corporations, at British Aerospace, Airbus, Honeywell. I was a director of engineering at a major US airline. So I have a huge background in the entire operation, whether in aviation, manufacturing, the whole lot. I'm effectively now more or less an entrepreneur. I look for business opportunities in various sectors of the connected aircraft industry. I work with several partners, but I have a principal partner, Stytel Networks, that I work with. They do a lot of the communication software, and we build quite a number of solutions for the different industries. We work primarily with the business jet market, where we're pretty much the provider of a lot of the software for the routers, ground communications, connectivity with the telcos, etc. So pretty much we're a de facto standard there, and we're trying to now look at other commercial markets. I have a background in commercial aviation anyway, so that's the next stage.
So tell us a little bit about Cactus Aero and the services you provide today.
Basically, Cactus Aero, we're a consulting firm, but we also develop solutions and products based on what we see out there, a need. So that's primarily what I do. I look out at the industry, look for different opportunities, and we apply our knowledge and expertise to that, which is considerable.
So tell us about those products. So you mentioned consulting, but let's sort of dive into the different products that you guys provide today. Tell us a little bit about that.
We're looking at three main areas today. One is telemedicine. While we're not medical people, we have the communication technology, and in this case we're looking at very low bandwidth systems here, so that we don't take up the bandwidth that's up there, the expensive bandwidth that's there. It allows us to focus on getting the medical information to the right people, while allowing passengers who are paying for the connectivity to continue using whatever they're using. So that's a major area that we're focusing on. We already have one airline that's interested in it. Very simple to use, based on an iPad, very low cost. So it's a very appealing solution to many people. One reason why airlines don't have that on board is whatever is out there is rather expensive, whereas what we're aiming at now is keeping it very low cost and very easy to use.
Great. And what are the other two?
The other two, we of course have a whole suite of communication solutions to deal with anything coming, voice or data from an aircraft to the ground. So for onboard, we have a smart router that's pretty much advanced, more advanced than anything really out there. We develop all the software ourselves. We're providing software to other major service providers and operators. When that information comes to the ground, we have a ground gateway system which is being used pretty much by most of the service providers, and then from there on to the telcos and the fixed and mobile systems out there. So we provide the whole solution. We in fact provide even a hosting service. So we could be a one-stop service for anybody trying to get or wanting to get involved in providing this connectivity service.
So tell us a little bit more about your medical management product you mentioned earlier.
Yes, our Voyager telemedicine system for air, land, and sea. It's a very low bandwidth system, can be used from aircraft with very low bandwidth SATCOM systems. We're talking about video down to 32 kilobits, which is excellent. Not many systems out there can do that. The system is also designed for use by major operations, not meant for a one-to-one use. So it's ideal for large airlines. They can talk to their own medical service provider, and they can connect up to their entire operation, all the flight ops people, the network operations people, the medical people, hospitals. Everybody can be linked in on this. So it's a very useful system. It's very powerful, but it's also very economical, not very expensive to use.
Great. And then the life extension product as well?
Yes, yes. While the Summit has a lot going on about the newer systems, the GXs and other solutions from Viasat, SES, and the other Intelsat, we also know that there's a large number of users out there that are still using older systems, and those aren't really you throwaway items. They're very expensive to have installed, and they still have them, they're still useful. What we're providing is a method of converting the older, shall we say, analog systems to digital, to IP, which gives them much more flexibility, brings them up to date, allows users to use their smartphones and other mobile devices.
And beyond just the linear, you can have multiple lines, correct? Once you expand into IP?
Yes, yes, obviously. Today, a single line, obviously it's a switch circuit line, and it's just going to carry one signal and that's it. With packet switching now, voice over IP, we can do simultaneous calls on that. So that gives a huge number of options out there.
And I think you mentioned that sort of extends the life of some of those antiquated devices. Is that what you're...
Yes, I mean, we're talking for devices from the late 80s and 90s, which, yes, antiquated, I don't know, but it's definitely older than what we have today, but it'll definitely bring them up to date to some extent.
So tell us about what kind of companies and clients you work with today, and what kind of companies you're sort of looking to work for or work with in the future.
Our current clientele, mainly service providers out there. We provide a lot of the software, and we also provide some of the hardware out there. And they're mainly in the business aviation sector, but we're now moving into the commercial airline sector because we've got some hardware, especially the legacy to IP hardware, which is currently being installed on major transport aircraft. We work with our strategic partners. In particular, we have a long relationship with our technology partner, Stytel Networks, and they're pioneers in the voice over IP industry in communications. So we have a very good marriage of Cactus Aero with the consulting side, and we have our technology partner.
Great. And so if any of these companies that you're not working with today would like to learn more about Cactus Aero, how do they get a hold of you and how do they reach you?
Our website is cactusaero.com, and all the information is there.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.